Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to see how you guys are handling this quarantine. I mean, it's pretty insane. It's basically a zombie apocalypse. Without the zombies, of course. But I just want to check up and see how you guys are handling everything. Just a quick little video to see, if you guys are surviving this terrible COVID-19 situation. I'm stuck in my dorm and I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I might end up leaving campus, going back to my brother's house, or I really haven't figured out what I'm gonna do yet. So I just want to see what's up with you guys, see if you guys are getting through this, or if you even know anyone that has the corona yet, because I personally don't know anyone that has it yet. It's not that much of a problem in Arizona. I mean, we have, I think, like 400 confirmed or something like that. But from wherever you guys are, just let me know, like, if you guys have a different perspective on it, because I feel like I've heard about it all over the news, but haven't really gotten a experience of having it yet. I mean, at least I've had some weird symptoms that are similar to what they say the corona is supposed to be like. Like I had a cough, a dry cough, and I also had a fever one night. But other than that, I mean, I got better. I mean, I had a little bit of congestion as well, but I got better, and it was only like 3 or 4 days in which I was like freaking out about it. But like I said, I feel like people are freaking themselves out right now. People are very buggy, especially here in Phoenix. Stay safe, my friends, and be careful out there. I know how hard it is, especially for me, but things will get better. At least I'm hoping they will. Just living through this has been a huge change, especially here on ASU campus. I mean, it's been a big deal, It's been rough, and I hope things will get better, because we really need a cure for this thing, and we don't have a vaccine yet. And they say it's going to take upwards to 3 to 6 months to find that vaccine, which is really kind of scary. Because I don't know about you, but just being cooped up in this room for only 5 to 6 days without much communication, in-person communication, I meant to say, I noticed I changed a little bit just within those 6 days. So imagine a full 6 months of people just communicating through their phones and laptops. Like I'm just wondering if this will have a big impact on society. If it by the end of this, I mean, I feel like people are going to be a lot more introverted than how they started out. Which is too bad, because I kind of like extroverted people. So seeing that change would be pretty depressing. Now, is 6 months long enough for that to fully change a person? I honestly believe it is. I mean, it really is a long time of people just quarantining themselves. But at the same time, I think this quarantine will end during the summer. It has to end, because if not, our economy will crash. And I don't know, like the whole world's economy will crash. And if that happens, it's gonna be bad. I don't really know, and I don't really want to talk about that. But if it gets worse, I'll make an update video, and I'll probably talk about the scenarios of what we're probably gonna have to deal with. I mean, it's gonna change from living in a world in which everything's just given to you if you work for it, right? Yeah, well, if things were to get worse than that, if things were going to get any worse than what we're seeing right now, it's going to become more about how to survive without anything given to you. Kind of like, you know, any other zombie apocalypse show, movie. It's more about like how smart you are and how you could live off the land and not the government. It's honestly about that. So, like I said, I don't think it's going to get any worse than this, but if it does, guys, just know that everything happens for a reason, and this might just be God telling us that the world changes and we have to evolve with that change. And in doing so, we learn and we realize how blessed we are to live in a world that is peaceful as the way it was and still is as of now. But you start to realize how blessed we are in this world, in this modern day. And yeah, it might just be time for God to tell us that, we might be taking all this for granted. And I know for a fact, though, everyone's probably taking it for granted, I can't say that for sure. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are like enjoying it and loving our modern world and our modern day. But I hate to say it, but there's a lot of people that just can't imagine a different world than what we're in. And if things get worse, they're going to soon snap out of it and realize, oh, wow, the world is a strange place, and we might be living in this reality right now as of things are going good, but that reality could change at any moment. People don't realize that. People are oblivious to it. They just live their life thinking that it'll just stay the same their entire lives. But just know that change is inevitable, and sometimes we have to learn the hard way through that, It's about any kind of life lesson. We've all been there before, and through this, that's different. Like, everyone's going through it. So it's a way to bring us together. And we're all divided right now, I'd say, as a country. So this is definitely a way to bring people together. But at the same time, it will divide if it gets worse and becomes into like an anarchy type situation when people fight for themselves to survive. And if we start running out of food and water and the economy goes bad, it's gonna be bad, guys. And just know, when times get tough, people start killing each other, and it's a real thing. So I just want to say, I really hope that doesn't happen, because it's tough. And you know what? That's life, though, I guess. Everything could change in instance, and we just have to learn how to adapt to it. So what I'm telling you right now is, don't be afraid of change. We just got to live through it, because everything happens for a reason. And just be aware that anything could happen, guys. Anything could happen at this point. And you might be saying, oh, you're just overreacting to this whole situation. You can't really say that. Because, we could be looking at a time of war. We could be looking at a time of terrible, terrible things that could possibly happen. I always thought that this would start much sooner. And everyone thinks it's going to be the end of the world at any time. But like I said, we have a big population right now. So it's a lot more expensive to live nowadays. And we're running out of resources. And This is just basically a wake-up call for everyone that times are going to get harder and life is going to get much harder. It's not always going to be rainbows and unicorns. We might be looking at a total transition of life, guys. And I don't want to go in details because I don't want to wish that upon all of us, but I'm just saying, you gotta stay close with your family, the ones you love, and we'll all fight through it. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a hard time. It's crazy because the Spanish flu was very, very similar to this situation. And if not worse, I mean, I think 50 million people died from the Spanish flu. And, you know, I mean, with today's technology, we're slowing down the process of how many people will die. I mean, we're cutting down the curve, which is smart, but I mean, that happened back in 1918, and now it's 2020. I mean, it's about 100 years after that. So it's crazy that, like, history repeats itself. But just know, I mean, the world got through the Spanish flu, so I know we'll most likely get through the coronavirus. I mean, people are dying with the annual flu. And I think there's more deaths from the annual flu than the coronavirus. The coronavirus is pretty terrible from what I've heard. It hasn't gotten that bad here in Arizona, like I said, but I think people are more scared because we don't know much about it. But anyways, that's the end of the video, guys. I will keep you updated. I might end up having more of these videos since this is a big topic right now, and I feel like whoever makes videos about this during this time period, like during the coronavirus, I mean, I feel like this could end up in a future blog or something, a future history blog 40 years from now. You never know. I mean, people are fighting through this, and it's crazy. It's crazy how fast the world could change, guys. So don't take things for granted. Live your life and wash your hands. And just realize, like, yeah, it's scary, but don't be scared. Don't show fear. You gotta keep yourself in control in these situations, and just know that you're not alone. Everyone's going through it. But anyways, guys, that should be all. I'll catch you guys in the next one.